I'm here to tell you all that with a tear in my eye, this is the greatest Royal Rumble match of all time. I'm John Renton with the retro review of WWE Royal Rumble 1992. There have been many great Rumbles since, some incredible Rumbles in fact, but to me 1992 will always be my favorite. Now, could that be rose-tinted glasses I'm wearing? Sure. Could it just be nostalgia? Could it be the fact I was 11 years old when I watched this on pay-per-view? Possibly. But to me, Ric Flair winning the vacant WWE Championship, basically almost going wire to wire, it was fucking incredible and goddamn great, and the star power was great on this card. And the energy in the crowd was infectious. And Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon they were just on fire here. They were so fucking great. They were just so great together for years and years. Besides maybe Mania 8 with that whole, you're a liar, like this may be the best shit that they ever called, at least in my opinion. So, Vince McMahon's over-the-top introductions, I really miss that. It's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble. Ow, that really hurts whenever I try to do that. They are in the Knickerbocker Arena. You gotta be really careful saying that. Hogan should have been careful saying that, but that's okay because you just gotta be careful with what you say on camera, right, Hulkster? Don't apologize for being a racist fuck, you idiot. Anyway, the Heenan Monsoon introductions and just the work they did throughout this entire goddamn show. Man, something else. Dark match, by the way, was Chris Walker versus the Brooklyn Brawler. I don't know who Chris Walker is. And the Brooklyn Brawler, man, he had a long career, didn't he? I think he actually might still have wrestled on some indie shows, but still, in WWE, he wrestled for a long goddamn time. So we have the New Foundation, Owen Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus the Orient Express with Mr. Fuji. I miss Owen. I really fucking miss Owen. This wasn't as good as the Rockers versus the Orient Express, but it was really well paced. Rocket Launcher 1, 2, 3. I fucking miss Owen. I really miss Owen badly. And Jim Neidhart, he was in a class all by himself as far as energy and just being a tremendous tag team wrestler and a tremendous powerhouse. Though I do like that, I think it was Pat Tanaka that took the pin. And Monsoon said as he got pinned, sayonara, baby. Some lines that have not aged all that goddamn well, but are still fucking hilarious. Footage of the Mountie beating Brett for the Intercontinental Championship 2 days prior. And then Piper was in the challenge to lead to this match that was going to happen because Brett has said in interviews he was secretly negotiating with WCW, or maybe he just needed some time off. Whatever the fuck it actually was, he wasn't on this card. And then he couldn't get out of his contract, I think, until sometime in September. I think that's when it was up, so he decided to stay. Smart move, because WCW wouldn't know what to do with Bret Hart, and boy, did they fucking prove that about 5-some years later. But we get promos from the Mountie and Piper about the IC title match, and it's the Mountie with Jimmy Hart versus the Piper. This is before the Mountie he always gets his man. He had the weird, Great White North, almost like you see Moose, galloping across like an ice rink or something like that. I don't think Moose do that. I don't know much about Canada. Please tell me if Moose actually do that. And basically, it's just Piper squashing the Mountie. Like, the Mountie gets in a little bit of offense. I think it's like 5.5 minutes because Piper is going to be part of the Rumble match. And as he gets a sleeper hold on, Bobby Heenan's like, Jimmy, do something. And then Piper wins. First championship that he held in WWE. And then he shocks the Mountie with his stick from behind. That was something else. Then we get Lord Alfred Hayes with a Coliseum video exclusive with Hulk Hogan. Lord Alfred Hayes, read up about him if you want to know about some of the stuff that maybe he wasn't all that great of a, gentleman, besides on the screen. He probably wasn't all that great. He's kind of a piece of shit. Then the Beverly Brothers with the Genius versus the Bushwhackers with Jameson. And man, Bobby Heenan loved making fun of this guy. Some nerdy guy with like greasy hair and stuff like that. I don't know why this went 15 minutes. I get that the Bushwhackers could do some comedy. The Beverly Brothers were really good workers and to me deserved a run with the championships. But basically double axe handle, double team maneuver, 1, 2, 3, and then Jameson gets revenge on the Genius for making fun of him. Lanny Poffo gets kicked in the shin and sells it and everything, and it was what it was. We then get the Legion of Doom versus Natural Disasters WWE Tag Team Championship match. Power Pack, the match was okay, but it was a dodgy finish, just count-out finish, and the crowd boos because they wanted a clean finish, and I don't blame them. LOD uses a chair to get some revenge, so to speak. We get promos for the Natural Disasters. They were pissed. And then we get promos from Piper and Shawn, where Jannetty dived through the barbershop window to escape. Will you stop? Man, that was just so fucking great, wasn't it? Ric Flair promo, Coliseum video exclusive. He drew number 3, and he would prove that he was going to be the best. He was going to go wire to wire, basically. Savage, Sid, and others talk about the match, and then, what was it? Jack Tunney comes out to say he does an introduction that isn't all that good because Jack Tunney was not a natural talker, and he's, Howard Finkel, thank you, Mr. President. He says, then the best president said, Noriega, will you be serious? Heenan and Monsoon, if you see nothing else on this show, I mean, I encourage you guys to watch the show. It's only like 2.5 hours. It's a fucking breeze compared to some of the shows now. Monsoon and Heenan, you couldn't have sat down and said, okay, this is how you're going to say this stuff. I don't even think they went over a lot of this. Because they were just that natural and they were just, that good. They were just that good of friends. They just fucking meant so goddamn much to each other, and the chemistry that they had, I can't fucking say enough good shit about. The Royal Rumble match for the vacant WWE Championship. British Bulldog at number 1, Ted DiBiase at number 2, Flair at number 3, and he and the Monsoon being gold. That's not fair to Flair. Oh no, damn it! And then Monsoon, no, watch your language. Sit down before you have a heart attack. And it's like, I'm gonna have to apologize to the people. Heenan says, I don't think I can be objective. When have you ever been objective? I can do some of these lines in my head, because I've seen it so many times and it just still sticks. There are very few things that'll stick in your head, like from when you're a child till now, as far as wrestling. This is one of those that sticks out in my mind. Sags at number 4, he gets eliminated. Haku at 5, Shawn at 6, and he battles with Flair for the only time ever. They didn't ever battle to Bad Blood 2003 or WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry, I love you. And of course, it's great because at this point, Shawn actually could see directly ahead how his career was going to go as opposed to looking off to the right. So Tito Santana at number 7, the Flying Jalapeno, the Flying Forearm, Heenan with great commentary there. It's not nearly as bad as when Ventura would call him Chico Santana, which was hilarious. Texas Tornado at number 9. He technically was never eliminated from this or the previous year's Rumble because both feet must touch the floor. Yeah, I know I've said that before, but guess what? The man was stupid. He managed to somehow wrestle with a prosthetic foot. Credit to him, honestly. But he was stupid for how he got that foot because he was a goddamn idiot. Accidents happen, but still. Bobby mentions how, it's like the best way to win this is come to the ring and you carry a wrench, a big crescent wrench. And he battles Flair, Parade of Champions, David Von Erich Memorial, back in 84. Hard to believe we were 8 years, well, about 7.5 years. But still, that was something else. Repo Man, number 10. He doesn't even know which way the ring is. He's taking time. He's got a plan. He knows what to do. And then we got Boss Man, number 13. Bulldog out by Flair, 26 minutes. Bulldog lasted quite a bit. Kerry Von Erich and then the Boss Man out. And Piper at number 15. And Heenan, oh no, of all the people, anyone but Piper. Just a huge pop for Piper. They'd already seen him. They knew he was going to be in the match. And just great goddamn energy. This was really good shit. Jake Robertson at number 16. Thank you, Jake. And then Piper comes in and attacks Jake, says, oh, thank you, Piper. It's a kilt. It's not a skirt, it's a kilt. And then Flair gets figure 4 on Jake, and then Piper attacks both of them. He says, you no good freak, you skirt-wearing freak. The action's almost secondary to the commentary, and that wasn't even intentional. The commentary is you have to listen to, listen to as much of it as possible because the lines, just the rapid-fire lines, just great shit. And then IRS at number 18. Finally, someone grabbed that tie and made him pay for it, Monsoon said. And then Snuka comes in, and then Undertaker comes in right after that. Jimmy Snuka meeting The Undertaker. Unfortunately, not soon enough, the piece of shit. I'm glad Jimmy Snuka's dead, and I hope he's buried in hell for what he fucking did and fucking got away with. And Vince McMahon paying off the police chief, who didn't look all that goddamn good in that Dark Side of the Ring episode, did he? God fucking damn it. So, Flair at one point does a friggin' low blow. He tried to lift The Undertaker. He did not. Well, one way or another. Savage gets in at number 21, by the way. Eliminates Jake Roberts. Jumps over the top rope to keep attacking him. Oh, I know what it is, Monsoon. Because he wasn't thrown over the top rope, we have to, he can get back in the ring. Okay, cool, whatever. It is what it is. But you know what? That's kind of the way they did it because Savage is so goddamn intense. They had to come up with a way to justify that. Because Savage had to factor into the final feud because he's a former champion. And they wanted to have him, have a big moment. As opposed to 1993 when he tried to cover Yokozuna in the Royal Rumble match and then got eliminated. That was very weird. Savage doing that at that point in his career was odd. Virgil comes in. Bobby Heenan says, number 23, right? Who knows how many bags he went through in the back? Good God. Good God, Heenan. Hogan at number 26. We had a few others in here. I mean, that weren't really all that. Well, I mean, we have Rick Martel. I mean, we had the Berserker leaving the sword, thankfully. That was really strange how he carried that. Hogan at number 26. Man, he wanted to eliminate Virgil because he doesn't like people like him. And yeah, when Hogan apologizes, maybe I'll forgive that. No, probably not, because Hogan exposed himself as being a fucking idiot. But he got a huge pop here. Slaughter at number 28. Sid at number 29. Warlord at number 30. Slaughter got propelled into the corner, over the turnbuckle, and over the ropes to the floor by Sid. That was pretty cool. Piper and Martel got tossed by Sid. Everything kind of broke down at this point. Savage got eliminated. It's down to Sid, Hogan, and Flair. And then Flair gets knocked over the rope. It looks like he's going to get eliminated. And then Sid tosses Hogan out. Now, the crowd, some of the crowd cheers, some of the crowd boos because they wanted to see Hogan. But Hogan then, being the good guy, is like, oh, okay, here, Sid, I'm going to hold your arm because if I can't have it, nobody can. And then Flair tosses Sid out because Sid, even as big as he is unable to battle the fact that there is a big man holding onto his arm. Flair tosses him out, wins the championship. Heenan goes absolutely insane. And he runs off, and then Sid and Hogan have a brief, stare down and then a scuffle. And Hogan does this. They get the officials out to all separate. They're trying to juice this thing up. And Hogan does this in massive boos. I mean, New York, they were sick of him by this point. There were a lot of crowds that were booing Hogan. They were tired of it. And, man, that was fucking hilarious. And it's actually hilarious. If you remember the old, 5-disc Royal Rumble sets that WWE released, that had all the added music and all that shit. Remember those from a number of years ago? They edited it and made it seem like, there were cheers for Hogan. There weren't cheers for Hogan. They fucking, put the right audio in there, and goddamn, they were booing. Somebody had a sign said Hulk who? Sid pointing at. Crowd is chanting Sid, Sid, Sid. I know Sid's not everybody's cup of tea, and I admit that he wasn't that great in the goddamn ring, but he was an intimidating son of a bitch. I mean, he was, and quite frankly, still is, even at 60, about 61 now, I think. I think he's going to be 61 this year. But, yep, the crowd cheers Sid. And then we cut back to Flair with Heenan and Mr. Perfect with a tear in my eye. This is the greatest moment of my life. And, holding the championship, basically shoving it in Jim Herd's face. Like, you got rid of me, you dumb son of a bitch, and now your company's on its ass. And I think Herd actually was out at that point. I think Herd had just been fired or quit, whatever the fuck it was. But I think Kip Fry took over. But still, the idea is Jim Herd had been in charge of the company for a while. And all that history, you could check out various interviews and stuff like that, because Flair really deserved a whole lot better than Jim Herd gave him. And this proved that he was worth investing in. And even a number of years later, he was still putting on classic matches, even into his 50s. And Flair doing that, Heenan and Perfect and Flair, all woo, all that, they're doing, I can't do the woo. And then Mean Gene, thank you, Ric Flair, thank you, everybody. And then he just yells, put that cigarette out. Mean Gene, everybody. Mean Gene, I think it was the Rick Rude thing, they aired the wrong one. He's like, the Seinfeld thing, he's like, oh, fuck it. God damn it, me. So many people that passed away. Some that I feel bad about, a lot that I feel really bad about, and Jimmy Snuka. Nah, I don't. I'm glad he's fucking dead. But anyway, one of the greatest pay-per-views, in my personal opinion, even though some of the stuff hasn't aged all that well, just the energy and that Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble match of all time. If I ever did my, say, top 50 favorite matches of all time, Royal Rumble would probably have to be in the top 20. It would have to be, because it's just that goddamn great. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.